So I just saw that they uploaded a new thing where Maggie Boswell, was taken into court. Let's watch and see what in the crap she's saying. This is News Channel 5 feed. It was about an hour ago they put this up. It's going to take it 10 years to open. Okay, so she's presenting to court.
We're going to take up case number 48563. Get you Bonds. Megan Boswell.
She's making eye contact with somebody.
Courtroom, represented by Mr. Sproles. Courtroom today being March.
She looks a little more timid than she has, but she still looks a little full of herself.
Judge, Ms. Boswell is agreed to waive her preliminary hearing and the case bound over to the grand jury.
So basically, she's waived the preliminary hearing and it's been bound over to grand jury. Basically, that means it's not going to go through anything in misdemeanor court. It's going to be bound over to the grand jury, and it's going to go straight into felony court, criminal court.
So what he says you want to do is not have any witnesses here in the preliminary hearing. He talked with you about that?
Yes, sir.
And so if you want to give it up, you can do that. That means there won't be any witnesses. Do you have any questions about that?
Judge is just making sure she understands what she's giving up. She's giving up having witnesses there and any defense to keep this at a lower level court.
Questions. We're giving up that opportunity in case goes on to the criminal court. Have any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You swear that what you just said is the truth and what you not said is the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you should prove it so.
Judge, it's already signed.
She's already signed her paperwork. She's already made the agreement with the lawyer. They're going to go into the grand jury. Grand jury's going to look at it, see if they can do anything with it in criminal court. So we're going to see what, if anything, the grand jury comes back with for criminal court.
Put in criminal court and the appearance time is May 8th. So your next appearance for this case will be May 8th at 9 o'clock in the criminal court in Bluff. Mr. Sproles is appointed only.
So she won't be back in court until May 8th. And if this is just on the filing false report, if she can't make her bond, then she will stay in custody. And they may still allow her a bond unless the circumstances of the case change. And if she can make her bond, then obviously she can be released. But she will not be back physically in court until May 8th. I'll look for her to remain in custody. I really think it would just be a bad decision for her to even think about trying to get out.
321-2001.
Address?
539 Mayfield Road.
You work anywhere when you're not in jail?
Yes.
Where was that?
So all court proceedings and all arrest, everything like that is public knowledge. So this is open to the public. This is public knowledge. Anybody can see this. Anybody can be here. Anybody can view this. A lot of people don't know their rights, but if you are concerned about what's going on in your area, go and sit through a misdemeanor court, traffic court, juvenile court, criminal court, and see what's going on in your community. You have every right to know.
Raise your right hand. You swear the information presented building the property. Raise your right hand. You swear the information is true.
So basically right now she's just doing a thing to make sure that her lawyer that's been appointed her is also going to be appointed in criminal court as it advances. So she's just doing another affidavit to verify her income and her property so that she can
Only for this court.
get a public defender appointed and pay a small fee as opposed to hire an attorney. She still looks just emotionally, it's like she doesn't care about what's going on. She's taking it at face value and going through it. She doesn't really care about what's going on. I would still be asking questions about, have you seen my daughter? I don't care if you think I'm guilty. Have you seen my child? Have you made any progress with locating her? Have you taken anybody else into custody? What's going on? She's asking these questions, and she looks very well rested. I mean, there's not a lot you can do in jail other than sleep, braid your hair, make friends you don't need. But she looks like she's doing a lot of sleeping and resting.
Judge, we asked the court to reduce her bond. She's
Oh, don't reduce her bond, dude. She don't need to be out.
in support of that, Judge.
It will just create more questions and concerns, Mr. Attorney. Please do not.
Working hard to
If you let her out, please put her on pre-trial supervision.
have significant family ties to the community. As far as we know, her mother, all of her immediate family is here in Sullivan County. She has no prior criminal record and no prior failure to appears or other.
Yeah, so she has no. If she has no prior criminal record, she is totally up for diversion if the court sees fit to give her diversion. So, depending on what crime comes out of this, whatever happens, she could totally walk away, and if she completes her sentence, get this completely off of her track record. So it will not haunt her, unless of course something really atrocious is applied to her and she's convicted.
Lower her bond to that amount that she may be able to make.
I just don't think it's. I don't think it's good for her to be out. I think she's in the public eye. She's in a rural area. It's dangerous.
This wouldn't clear the way, but if that juvenile court issue is resolved, we want her to be able to bond out.
Judge, just briefly in response, you say there's no evidence or any knowledge of any prior criminal history. However, the state would ask the court to consider the nature of this offense by reading of the affidavit of complaint, and based upon a reading of the affidavit of complaint, it is the state's position that the probability of conviction in this case would be high, and courts already
Discharge, not anything else.
correct. And that the court's already advised regarding the
And
positive
it was
sentence of
filing a
2
false
to 12
report, so
years.
it was being
There's
inconsistent
access to
in
be
lying
responsible
to.
members of this community that
the police.
today before Your Honor to vouch for her.
That
her
creates a trust
reliability.
issue. She doesn't
And
need to be
as
out,
far
and she doesn't need to
as
ask for more
her,
trust at this point. I don't believe that a bond reduction should be given. I don't think she needs to be out. I also think it's dangerous for her to be out. I think this is also safer for her to stay in.
The place where she was residing at the time of this offense, it's my understanding she would not be able to return there, and she had only been at that residence for a brief
She
period of
does skip
time.
residence a lot.
And so, based upon that, her, although she does have ties to the
So basically, the state's attorney is saying she's not consistent. She's not had one address long enough. She doesn't stay one place long enough. She bounces, and she's lied to police. And we don't believe this is a good idea to reduce her bond.
Last issue there, the address that she provided is different than the address she was living at before. That's an address of a family member who she has made arrangements with. She
You'll
would
notice I didn't ask her very many.
Somebody needs to be checking the address out before she goes there.
understand. The address she gave you is one that she would be able to live at if she were to
I
resign.
think the development's appropriate for what the charge is, and what the circumstances are, and also consider the fact that there's another court order from a different judge. That's her fault. That might be addressed in a different, it was decided initially by the judge on the Future time is, May 8th.
Yes, sir.
May 8th at 9 o'clock, the bill amount will continue at $25,000. That Mr. Sproles is only appointed for this court.
Okay, so basically he said, I think it's going to stay where it is, and reminded her that her attorney is only appointed to this court. The affidavit has been submitted, but it must be handled in criminal court should the grand jury process anything. So there we go. She doesn't come back to court until May 8th. Her demeanor again was very calm, very void of all emotion, and she's been very emotionally inconsistent through this entire thing. It's hard to say if there's something wrong with her, or if there's something emotionally or mentally wrong with her, unless you spend time with her and you look at mannerisms and body language up close and personal, and you're asking certain questions that get certain responses, so that you can make those assumptions, in the best, most educated way possible. So I've not really made any assumptions like that, although I will say the emotional inconsistencies that I see her make me very concerned with dissociative disorder, where she doesn't really believe that things are happening to her, or in her mind it's a completely other thing happening. And then some of the inconsistencies with the laughter and stuff, in the lack of remorse, or the arrogance in some of the interviews, it really makes me worry if we may be looking at somebody who might just have some big issues. And I don't want to say the big 2 words I want to say, but I'm sure y'all know where I'm going with that. And it concerns me greatly. But I've been watching this, and this is going to be slow going through the court, because they're going to take their time and do everything they can to keep this going and keep the other investigations going, so that hopefully by the time, they figure out what's going on, they have them all together. So I will be excited to see when this goes before the grand jury what they return. So May 8th, I guess we'll know something else. So we'll just keep watching. And I guess thanks to Channel 5 or Channel 6. Channel 6. I'm sorry. Channel 6. Thank you, Channel 6, for posting this so quickly. That was very nice of them.